You're sitting in your favorite armchair, perhaps caught in the blue light of your phone or lost in a book when it happens. Your dog, who moments ago was perfectly content on the floor, suddenly stands up and begins to climb on you. It isn't a gentle nudge or a request for a walk. They are physically scaling your body, stepping on your lap, or perhaps resting their entire weight across your chest. Most people laugh it off as a no personal space quirk, or assume their dog is just being a bit needy for attention. But if you have ever felt a strange, nagging sensation that there was more to this physical invasion than mere playfulness, you were right. There is a hidden psychological engine driving this behavior, a relic of an ancient survival instinct that has been dormant for thousands of years, only to resurface in your living room. When your dog climbs on you, they aren't just trying to get closer. They are performing a high-stakes emotional intervention that you've likely been completely misreading. If you don't understand the why behind this climb, you might be ignoring a silent cry for stability in a world that feels increasingly chaotic to your four-legged companion. Imagine you've just had a particularly stressful day, one of those days where you didn't necessarily cry or shout, but you carried a heavy, invisible tension in your shoulders. You sit down, and almost immediately, your dog is on top of you, their paws digging into your thighs as they try to reach your eye level. The common assumption is that they want to play, or that they're sensing your sadness and offering a hug. But what is really happening is far more visceral. The dogs are masters of detecting pheromonal shifts and the microscopic tightening of human facial muscles. When they climb on you during these moments, they are practicing what behaviorists call tactile grounding. To a dog, your physical body is their North Star. When they feel your energy fluctuate, when your scent changes from calm to stressed, they climb on you to physically tether you back to reality. They aren't just comforting you, they are trying to stabilize their own world by stabilizing yours. They are using their body weight as a biological anchor, a way of saying that as long as they are pressed against you, the pack cannot drift apart. It is an act of profound emotional labor that we often dismiss as a mere nuisance. As you begin to look closer at these interactions, you might start to realize how much of your relationship has been built on these silent physical negotiations. It is a bit like realizing that every time they step on your feet or sit on your lap, they are writing a letter you've never bothered to read. This is why it's so vital to pay attention to the nuances, because your dog is constantly trying to bridge the gap between their wordless reality and your busy life. If you're finding this perspective shift as fascinating as I do, you might want to join us on this journey of discovery by subscribing to the channel. By staying connected, you're not just watching videos, you're becoming a more conscious guardian for the soul that trusts you more than anyone else on earth. It's through these small realizations that we build a bond that isn't just based on proximity, but on a deep, psychological synchronicity. But the mystery of the climb goes even deeper than simple stress relief. Have you ever noticed your dog climbing on you specifically when a guest enters the house, or when another pet gets too close? In these moments, we often label the behavior as jealousy or protectiveness. We think they are trying to keep us all to themselves. But the shocking truth is that this behavior is often rooted in a concept called resource guarding, where you, the human, are the most valuable resource in their entire existence. When they climb on top of you in the presence of others, they are marking you with their scent glands, which are located in their paws and skin. They are creating a physical barrier between you and the outside world. It is a silent declaration to the rest of the room that you are off limits, but not out of spite. It is rooted in a deep-seated fear of losing the one thing that provides them with food, shelter, and safety. When they scale your body in a crowded room, they are essentially screaming into the void that you are their entire life support system. It's a moment of intense vulnerability masked as a pushy habit, a plea for you to remain their constant in an unpredictable environment. There is also the high ground phenomenon, which is perhaps the most misunderstood aspect of canine psychology. You might find your dog climbing onto the back of the sofa behind your head, or trying to stand on your shoulders while you're sitting down. The common assumption is that they're trying to be dominant or show you who's boss. But modern ethology has moved far beyond the outdated alpha myths, and that what's actually happening is an ancient defensive strategy. In the wild, height equals safety and a better vantage point for spotting threats. When your dog climbs to a higher position on your body, they are often feeling a hidden sense of insecurity. They are seeking the highest point in the room, which happens to be you, to gain a sense of control over their surroundings. They are inviting you into their watchtower. By being up high with you, they feel they can better protect the pack. It is a beautiful, albeit heavy sign that they view you not just as a friend, but as their fortress. Sometimes, however, the climb is a response to something you can't even hear. Dogs have an auditory range that far exceeds our own, picking up frequencies that are literally invisible to us. But you might be watching TV when your dog suddenly scrambles into your lap, trembling slightly or just breathing heavily. You assume they've just had a sudden burst of affection, but they might be reacting to the hum of a distant storm, the vibration of an appliance, or even a frequency from a neighbor's house that is causing them physical discomfort. By climbing on you, they are seeking pressure therapy. Much like a weighted blanket helps a human with anxiety, the act of pressing their body against yours helps their nervous system downshift. They are using you as a living, breathing pharmaceutical, a way to survive a sensory world that is often too loud and too sharp for them to handle alone. As we peel back these layers, the image of the clumsy dog begins to transform into something much more complex and even a bit heartbreaking. And they are emotional sponges, absorbing the atmosphere of our homes and the unspoken tensions of our lives. When they climb on you, they are often acting as a mirror. If you are rushing, they become frantic. If you are anxious, they become clingy. This realization reframes every annoying moment of them stepping on your toes or jumping into your lap. They are simply trying to stay in sync with the person who holds the keys to their happiness. This physical closeness is their way of ensuring that the connection doesn't fray. They don't have words to ask, "Are we okay?" or "Do you still love me?" So they use the only thing they have, their weight and their warmth. The most powerful insight, however, is the one that reframes everything we've discussed. We often think that by allowing our dogs to climb on us, we are spoiling them or rewarding bad behavior. But if you look at the heart of the gesture, you realize that your dog is the only creature on this planet that would choose to spend its entire life trying to be physically part of you. While we humans value our independence and our personal bubble, a dog's bubble is only complete when you are inside it. When they climb on you, they are trying to erase the space between two different species. They are trying to tell you that in a universe of infinite distance, they have chosen to be right here, exactly where you are. They are offering you a level of presence that most humans can't even maintain with themselves for more than a few minutes. In the end, the shocking reason your dog climbs on you isn't about dominance or even just simple love. It is about the absolute refusal to be separate. It is a biological protest against the isolation of being a dog in a human world. When they scale your lap and look into your eyes, they are reminding you that you are the sun around which their entire world orbits. They are asking you to be still, to be present, and to recognize that for them, there is no such thing as too close. Every time they climb on you, they are inviting you to stop being a person with a dog and to start being part of a pack of two. The next time your dog decides to scale your lap or rest their chin on your shoulder, don't just see it as a lack of boundaries. See it as the highest form of communication they possess. Take a breath, put down your phone, and let them be your anchor, because in the silent gravity of that climb, your dog is telling you that you are the only place in this world they truly belong. The weight of a dog on your lap is heavy, but the weight of a bond misunderstood is much heavier.